May I come in?
Yes, please come in.
Are you Miss Sandy?
Yes, and you must be Mr. Naresh Patel.
Yes, that's me.
Good to meet you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
So, how long did it take you to get here?
About 1 hour.
Did you get much traffic while getting here?
No.
Good. Now, I will be asking you lots of questions, and of course, I am expecting you to be truthful.
Of course.
Please stand and raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may sit down again. Do you know what kind of promise you just made?
Yes, I believe it is called an oath.
Exactly. And can you tell me why you have come here today?
Because I hope to become a citizen of the United States.
Can you tell me what is an oath?
An oath is a promise about one's behavior or one's actions.
Very good. Do you have your identification with you and your passport?
Yes, here is my green card and my passport.
Now, what is your full name?
My first name is Naresh and my last name is Patel. Naresh Patel.
In which country were you born?
India.
And when did you become a permanent resident of the United States?
Almost 10 years ago.
Is the address in your application correct?
Yes, it is.
And your phone number is 123456789. Is this correct?
Yes, that is my only phone number.
Are you Asian?
Yes, I am.
Your application says you have two addresses in last 5 years where you live now. And are those addresses true?
Yes, they are true. I live with my brother and my cousin for the first 5 years in Los Angeles, and presently I am staying in Texas for last 6 years.
Did you attend any college?
Yes, I received my bachelor's degree in accountancy from Michigan State University.
And since your graduation, you have been working in this pharmaceutical company.
Yes, I recently got promoted also.
I see you have traveled 3 times outside the United States in the last 5 years.
Yes, I took 3 trips.
Can you tell me about those trips, please?
The first trip I went to Italy. My friend living there sent me a flight ticket. I stayed there for 12 days.
And you visited Brazil too. Was that a vacation also?
Yes, last winter I went to Malaysia with my brother and one of my friends.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, it was. You must visit Malaysia too. It is a very beautiful place.
What about this 3 day trip to Canada?
In that trip, I drove to Toronto for work with my boss.
Are you married? Or have you ever been married before?
No, I am not married and I have never been married.
Okay, then the next part of the application doesn't apply to your case.
I didn't quite understand that. Can you say that to me again, please?
I said the next part of the application doesn't apply in your case. That's because you have never been married.
Oh, yes.
What about your children? How many sons and daughters did you have? Even though you have never been married, but you might have adopted children.
I don't have any children.
Have you ever claimed to be a citizen of the United States in writing or any other way?
No, I have not.
You haven't ever voted in this country, have you?
No, I didn't ever. I can't. I am not a citizen yet.
You don't have any title of nobility in a foreign country, do you?
No.
Do you know what nobility is?
Yes, they are the people who have titles and belong to a high social class.
Very good. Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution within the last 5 years?
No.
You understand the meaning of legally incompetent?
A person is deemed to be incompetent when they no longer display the ability to make decisions that are in their best interests.
Were you ever been a patient in a mental institution?
I have visited psychiatrists for mood swings and sleeplessness 2 years back. The medication is finished and I am totally fine now.
Do you have any association with any communist party?
No.
Do you have any association with any totalitarian party?
No.
How a totalitarian party works?
A totalitarian regime attempts to control virtually all aspects of social life, including the economy, education, art, science, private life, and morals of citizens.
Name any totalitarian party.
Workers' Party of North Korea?
Have you ever been a member of or associated with any association or organization, foundation, party, society, club, or any similar groups in the United States or in any other place?
Yes, I'm a member of a non-profit organization dedicated to helping old age peoples.
In the form, you have also mentioned to have joined a tennis club.
Yes, I joined Malcolm Tennis Club 2 years back since I had interest in tennis.
Since becoming a permanent US resident, have you ever failed to file a tax return?
No, never. I always pay my taxes.
What are taxes?
Tax is an amount of money that you have to pay to the government so that it can pay for public services such as roads and schools.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
I didn't quite understand what you mean by cited.
Police officers issue citations for minor offenses, especially for traffic violations.
Okay, now I got it. No, I have never been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer.
So, you have never been in jail?
No, I have never been in jail.
Have you ever sold or smuggled a controlled substance or illegal drugs or narcotics?
Does controlled substances mean same as illegal substance?
Almost. A controlled substance is a drug that a doctor might prescribe but is otherwise illegal to buy or sell.
No, I have never been near to illegal drugs.
Have you ever lied to a US government official to get into the United States?
No, it's not a good idea to lie to the officials.
Now, are there any removal, exclusion, or deportation proceedings pending against you?
No, there is no proceedings against me.
Do you understand what deportation means?
Yes, I do. It means an action of sending back a illegal foreigner from a host country to its origin country. It happens to people who enter a country illegally and are caught.
Have you ever committed fraud?
No,
Have you ever willfully misrepresented a material fact in order to obtain visa?
no.
Have you ever left this country to avoid being drafted in the US Armed Forces?
I have already mentioned that I have left this country only 3 times, but it was never to escape for being put into the army.
Have you ever been a habitual drunkard?
I drink in occasions and parties, but never a habitual drunkard.
Have you ever procured anyone for prostitution?
Never.
Have you tried to marry anyone to gain immigration?
No.
Have you ever tried to gamble illegally?
No.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
Never.
Have you ever given any government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
Never as per my knowledge.
Do you support the Constitution of the United States?
Yes, I totally support the Constitution of the United States.
What is Constitution?
A constitution is primarily a set of rules and principles specifying how a country should be governed, how power is distributed and controlled, and what rights citizens possess.
Good. And are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, I am willing to take the full oath of allegiance.
Do you know what oath of allegiance means?
Yes, it is an oath whereby a citizen acknowledges a duty of allegiance and swears loyalty to the country.
Very good. You seemed to have prepared very well.
Yes, a bit.
And if the law requires, are you willing to perform non-combatant services for the US Armed Forces?
Does that mean I don't have to carry a rifle but I would have to follow military orders?
Yes.
Yes, I would do that.
Now, I assume you have studied the American history and government questions.
Yes, I have.
I am going to ask few of them. What are two cabinet level positions?
Vice President and the Secretary of Defense.
What did the Declaration of Independence do?
It declared United States independence from Great Britain.
And can you say who lived in America before the Europeans arrived?
The American Indians.
How many US senators are there?
100.
And what are the three branches of government?
Executive, legislative, and judicial.
In what month do we vote for president?
In November.
You take this and please read this question back to me.
Yes, it reads, who was the second president of the United States?
And please write this sentence. John Adams was the second president.
Here it is.
I am impressed. You have done an excellent job. I can see that you have worked very hard to learn English and you prepared very well for this interview.
I really appreciate you telling me this.
So, congratulations, you have passed. Now, all you need to do is sign in this form here and here.
Thank you.
I know you are going to be a great American citizen.
Thank you very much. You are very kind.